welcome to tonight's short and sweet. It's been a while live, I missed you, and but I hope you benefited from the little recordings. So tonight I would like to focus a little bit on shoulders, wrist, neck, and as we're moving to the kapha season, we're going to focus more on heart openers, back bends, and generally, like in the vata season, we focus quite a lot on the legs and the hips, and we're moving the energy up. Why? Because the earth and the water are residing in, like, they are the more they are the most gross elements, and we want to lift that. So we want to come this lightness, this subtleness into the body. Okay, so let's come into a comfortable seated position. We're going to start with the cross-legged seated position, a few postures. So make sure you have your little cushion, little block, whatever you actually, if you do have a block, grab it, because it may come in handy a little bit later on. And just relax the shoulders. Close your eyes and come into your comfortable cross-legged position. Notice how you're feeling in your seated position today. Just have a little scan, noticing the toes, the ankles, the lower legs, knees and the thighs. Finding the grounding, stabilizing sensation in the lower triangle of the body. Finding the stability. Checking in, what did you bring to the mat today? And then bringing your awareness to the spine, lifting the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Creating a little bit of space, length here, while at the same time still releasing the sit bones down. Notice already, how do you hold the shoulders? Just give a little shrug. Notice your neck. Be aware of your jaws, your facial expression. And try to soften the eyes, soften the face. Arrive into this stillness in our centering position. When you're sort of taking a quick scan of what did you bring, how are you feeling at this moment of time. Once you are in this scanning and you notice any area of your body that is calling for your attention, be mindful and be gentle of that part of your body during your practice. Connect with your breathing now. On the exhalation, bring the navel to the spine, relax, release completely. And on the inhalation, allow yourself to fill up, to expand, to open up. Just tuning into this beautiful cycle of the breath. And the exhalation releases, empties, cleanses. And the inhalation fills you up, expands you, nourishes you. So allow all through the practice to bring this length in the spine and this subtleness, this softness to the breath. Bring the left palm to the heart center and gently press the right palm on top of it. Let's make our intention for tonight's class. Our short and sweet intention is to release any tension from the shoulders and the neck. And bring some relaxation into the body and the mind. Let's plant that seed in with the palms together, thumbs pressing into the heart center, and tuning in with the Om mantra, the sound of the universe, 3 times. If you're familiar with the mantra, chant with us. If not, then just allow the sound to surround you. hands, open up the eyes. You can swap the legs if this position doesn't feel comfortable for you. Coming to the lengthen the spine, and we're coming to these gentle neck releases from the legs. Inhale, and on the exhalation, keeping the chin parallel to the ground, turn your head towards the right. Only go until your range of movement, and on the inhalation, come back. Continue on the exhalation, moving to the left. Inhalation, coming back to the center. The secret with releasing any tension in the neck is never to force it, only go until your range of movement, and using the breath to ease any tension. And as you're moving through this sequence, it's such a simple movement, but while you're elongating the spine, you're breathing and you're conscious of your range, you're allowing this gentle release, this relaxation. Let's have one more each side. Notice if your range is changing a little bit. Notice if one side is a little bit more sensitive than the other. Yoga is all about checking in and finding out where is the disruption in the flow in the body. Coming back to the center. On the inhalation, lengthen the top of the head up, chin parallel to the ground. And on the exhalation, bring the chin into the chest and feel that length all the way in the back body from the top of the head to the base of the spine. Inhale, bring the head back into the neutral position. And on the exhalation, keeping the length, trying to bring the chin towards the ceiling and feeling the front of the body, having this beautiful stretch. Continue with your own breath. The inhalation, you always come back into the center. And on the exhalation, you bring the chin to the heart. Take a quick notice of your shoulders if you're pulling them up. Just think about using the breath and your intention to shower the neck during this movement. And then coming back to the center. The last one is going to be the peacock. So you're just bringing the chin in and out a little bit, keeping the length in the spine. When you bring it back, we look a little bit like double, triple chin. But it's such a beautiful exercise to release tension in the jaws. So you're jotting the head a little bit forward, nice and gentle. And you bring it back one more. And relax, okay? Bring the hands in front of you, palms facing upwards, roll the shoulders back, and just tap yourself on the shoulder a couple of times. Just like work well done. You can have the arms a little bit lower if this is challenging for you. So today we're going really slow, imagining that this may be hurting. So just releasing nice and soft. Never force the movement. Just be gentle. And then bring the arms to the side and continue the same sideways. Still lengthening the spine, keeping the head nice and even. And just bringing the hands out to the side. Bring the palm back, resting on the shoulder. And on the exhalation, tap the elbows together. And on the inhalation, open up. Try to bring the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lengthen, tap together. Inhale, open up, expand. So continue 2 more times. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, tap. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, tap. And then relax the hand, allow yourself to settle here. We're going to come into release in the fingers and the wrist. So with this one, with your right thumb, bring the left hand underneath and circle the fingers around the right hand. On the inhalation, the hand is bent, and on the exhalation, we lengthen away, finding that deep stretch in the inner arm and the wrist, and pulling that finger. So we're going to continue with every finger, moving on to the index finger. On the exhalation, releasing and pulling the finger. This one is really good for releasing any tension in the fingers, especially if you spend a lot of time writing, typing, using the fingers. But also, because they are nerve endings, the fingers are one area where tension can get stuck. And then bringing, when we finished on the right hand, just bringing a little stability with the left hand on the right wrist, coming into a soft twist and into our circles. If cross-legged position doesn't feel very comfortable for you, you can always extend the legs. You can sit on a couch, chair, because the focus is now on the hands, but actually it's quite good to sit the cross-legged and lengthen up in the spine. During the practice, we are working on the lower body then as well. So a couple of circles each direction. Nice and slow. And then relax that hand, maybe just have a moment to notice if there's any difference between the two sides. It's almost like a little electric shock is going through the right hand. And let's do the other hand as well. Grabbing the left thumb from underneath with circling the right fingers, and exhale, release. And again, we're going slowly, so be aware of how does it feel in the fingers, how does it feel in the wrist, in the shoulders, because you may be feeling that, oh, my shoulder hurts, my neck hurts, but when you're going slowly in these gentle practices, really identifying where the root may be. And you're going through every single finger, and then coming into the stabilizing of the wrist with the right hand, making the soft fist, and circling 3-3. Keeping the gaze on whichever area we're releasing helps us with the focus, because we're generating more energy there. So unless you have to watch the video, you can keep the gaze on your wrist. Notice your spine if you're still lengthening up. Notice if you can still smile. And then come back, relax. Maybe have a mini reflection again. Hopefully they feel nice and strong. Moving into our all four position. If you want, you can put a blanket underneath the knee. And we're going to come into the middle finger pointing to the front of the mat. So nice, even, parallel, rolling the shoulders back. And the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, fingers pointing forward. We're going to come into our cat-cow on the inhalation, starting from the tailbone, vertebra by vertebra, letting the belly drop down, rolling the shoulders away, opening up into this U shape in the spine. And on the exhalation, starting from the tailbone again, vertebra by vertebra, navel to the spine, middle back coming towards the ceiling, releasing, letting the head drop last. So in your own breathing rhythm, the inhalation opens up, breathe into this posture. And on the exhalation, navel to the spine. Create the C shape, the cat pose. Just one more breath in here. Cat-cow is one of the best way to breathe through the spine. Imagine every single vertebra and checking in. If you do regular cat-cows, you notice if there is like a point in the spine which doesn't feel comfortable. So coming back to a second variation, this time the hands were facing out to the mat, and we're going to just drop the hips like you want to bring the sit bones, just having a little peek and rocking the hips from side to side. Just nice and easy. Rocking. Maybe you can have a little bend in the elbows. Keep activating the core and try not to collapse in those hands, pressing down the fingers. One more to the left. And the last variation is the fingers are pointing towards the back. So check if you're okay with this. If not, just go into any of the other variations. And this time we're going to come forward and backwards. So come as far back as you feel comfortable. Just really massaging the wrist. So we spend first time on the fingers and the wrist because the tension may be coming from there all the way to the shoulders. And just one more. And then coming back with the hand, tucking the toes under, pushing back into a down dog. You can walk the hands so you find a nice comfortable position, letting the head relax, sit bones towards the sky. But we're not staying here for long, just walk the hands back to the feet, bend the knees if you feel the hamstrings would like it, or you can have the legs straight, and then very slowly rock up vertebra by vertebra, arriving into your standing position. We're going to come into a wide stance and come into warrior two. Right leg 90 degrees, back leg parallel, or the heel is pushing out a little bit. Hips are externally rotated. Bend the front knee, find your stance that the knee is in line with the ankle, with the second toe, and then bring the arms up. Roll the shoulders back. Just readjust your position. Activate your left sit bones. Roll the shoulders back and lengthen. Don't worry, we're not staying here long with the arms. I know this may be a challenge if your shoulders are not very comfortable with this. So we're going to bring the left hand back, rolling the shoulders back, and bringing the right arm up, bending the right hand and trying to bring the palm in between the shoulder blades. Now you have an option of bringing the left hand back and just giving a little bit of support on the elbow, opening the armpits. Or you can even come into a Gomukhasana variation, cow face, when your left hand comes underneath and you're trying to bring the hands together. Show it from the back. So you're just bringing the hands together, or your ponytail, or you just grab onto your clothing and trying to bring the hands together. 5 deep breaths in here. We are at least about 3. Nice and easy, opening up in the chest. And with this one, the gaze can be straight ahead, so your neck is nice and comfortable. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, release your bind. Keep your left hand down, and with the right hand, reach out to the side. Bring it to the thigh, elbow to the thigh, and relax that right ear to the right shoulder. And with the left hand, it can just hang down, or you can try to work to the inner thigh, coming into this bind, feeling the opening in the chest, relaxation in the neck, all the way the ears come towards that right shoulder, and just melt into the pose. See if you're still lengthening in the spine, breathing deeply. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, here, release your bind. Slowly come back and lengthen. Bring the legs parallel with each other. Oh, my microphone is sliding down. Bring the leg parallel with each other, pointing to the corner of the mat. And bend the knees. So you can just stay with straight legs or bend the knees or go as deep as you feel comfortable. Make sure that your knees are pointing in the same direction as the toes. So adjust the toes if they are not. And then the head, the shoulders and the head and the hips are in alignment. Relax the hands, and on the inhalation we're going to come into a nice little shoulder sequence. So in the inhalation, bring the shoulders up towards the ears, and on the exhalation, roll the shoulder blades, the upper part of the shoulder blades back. Nice little opening, like you're getting a massage. Second part is going to be the middle part of the spine. Inhale, breathe into that area, lift a little bit. And on the exhalation, roll it back, gently releasing the middle part of the shoulder blade. It's a tiny difference, just go with the intention first if you haven't done this before. For the third variation, bring the hands, elbows close to the body, palms facing upwards. Breathe into the lower part of the shoulder blades. For ladies, this is like where the bra is. Inhale into that, and on the exhalation, open up the hands to the side and squeeze the lower part of the shoulder blades together. And then relax completely. Coming into the warrior two on the left leg. Establish your pose, bend the left knee. So find this external rotation in the hips, squeezing the left glutes and only coming in with the arms when you feel connected to the legs. Extend the arms, relax the right hand behind you, left hand reaches up, bending the left arm, palm comes in between the shoulder blades, so the touch already has a calming, releasing effect. Your options are with the right hand, just bringing a little bit more strength and release in the elbow, or the same as we did before. Arm coming from underneath, bringing the fingers together. Maybe completely different from one side to the other. You may find that one side is very easy, other one you may need some help. If you practice this, you can use belt. I just thought it would be, you may not have a belt or a scarf, and just breathe into it. Feel into this opening on the left side of the chest, left armpit. Breathe and release into it. Exhale 3. Exhale 4. Maybe go a little deeper in the legs. And 5. Release the right hand. Extend the left hand up and then reach high to the left side. Left elbow can come on the left thigh, and with the right hand you can just relax that right hand or bring it towards the inner thigh, coming into this bind. But even if you don't come into the bind, check in that you have this opening and release in the shoulder. Breathing deeply. Relax the left ear to the left shoulder. Nice and deep. Three. Inhale. Relax into it. 4. And 5. Inhale, release the arms. Slowly, with the help of the core, come back to the center and walk the legs together. We're going to come down to the floor. With this one, grab a block, blanket, cushion, anything. I'm going to show it this way. It's a beautiful one for releasing any kind of tension in the thoracic spine, in the shoulders. So how to go in there? When we're lying down on the floor with the cushion or some elevation underneath the head, so it's not too much for the neck. And we bring the knees in line with the hip and the ankles in line with the knees. So we have like an L shape both ways, extending the bottom arm out, top arm comes together, so the palms are coming together. On the inhalation, we lift the arm, lengthen, follow it with the gaze, and only come until you feel comfortable. So you may be here or here. And on the exhalation, release back. So we continue this 5 more times. And each time, if it allows you, you can go a little bit deeper, but whatever your body allows. Inhalation, you're opening up. So try not to go into anywhere where it hurts, but only go until it feels comfortable. Eventually it may reach the floor, but don't rush the process, just enjoy this. So the inhalation, you're opening, you're expanding. You can follow your arm with the gaze if your neck is okay with it. Let's have 3 more. And if you have like tension in the shoulders, in the thoracic spine, do like 10-10 for like a couple of days regularly, and notice if the tension releases with it. Let's just have 1 more. With the last one, exhale, come back to the center. And if you like this one, when you come to the opening, you can stay there in the twist a couple of minutes. So to come to the other side, just go on your back. Oops, the microphone. And then turn to the other side. Let me just check if it's still okay. So you have the 90 degrees, bottom arm extending, palms together. And on the inhalation, open up. Oh, the difference from one side to the other could be really strong. So remember just to go until it feels nice still. Try not to push through an area which is sensitive, but respect the limit and just breathe until your edge. And you may find that as you move in with the breath and you sort of just relax into the pause and allow yourself to sort of surrender here, the breath and the posture will allow you to release. Let's have 2 more. And as always with yoga, being aware of any difference between parts of the body where you feel a little bit of tension, between the sides. So if you notice one area being a little bit challenging for you, then spend a little bit more time there, creating balance. Okay. And then coming back to the center, helping yourself into a seated position. You can turn on your back and move from there as well. I just didn't want it to cause any more harm to the microphone if it's now finally working again. So come back into your seated position and let's just finish with a beautiful scaling release. Very nice to create some freedom in the neck. So come into your relaxation, centering position like we started at the beginning. Nice long neck, and then release the left ear to the left shoulder. just until it feels comfortable, and play around, maybe turning your gaze to the left knee until you find a lovely stretch in the side of the neck. You may even want to extend your right arm to the side on the mat. So play around until you feel just a gentle little stretch, and then bring the left hand to the base of the ear and move down all the way to the collarbone and back. So come into a massage, and you can control absolutely if you want to go really softly or you want to go like deeply. Maybe you notice some knots in here. Really be present in these postures. When we have shoulder tension in the shoulder, a lot of times it feels like we have the weight of the world on our shoulder, and we just want some release from them. So don't give more pressure there, just go gentle and releasing, giving yourself a little bit of support. Bringing the energy to this area. And sometimes if your neck is particularly, the energy flow is particularly constricted, you may find that when you do this, your neck, it becomes really, really red. So a few more strikes here. And then bring the right palm to the right, left palm to the left ear. Guide your head back. Hopefully you feel a difference between the two sides. And let's go to the other side. Right ear relaxes to the right shoulder. Find the point when you feel a gentle stretch. You can extend the left hand on the mat. And when you found that point, using your right fingers all the way from the base of the ear, little strokes all the way down to the collarbone. So if you find tension in your neck, do this. The neck is such an important part because it's the pathway between our head and our heart. So if there's a lot of tension and tightness in the neck, our head and our heart may not be communicating. On a physical level, that could mean blood pressure problems, because the blood doesn't get to the head. Head is asking for it. Poor heart is just pumping, 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 but nothing is getting through. On emotional level and mental level, it could mean that your heart and your head is not going in the same direction. Either you're too much in your head, you're not listening to the heart. So it's quite nice to connect them together. Okay, one more. And then bring that right palm to the right ear and move back to the center. Hopefully you feel the space in here. If you do have time, come into Shavasana and relax into it. I let you just to switch off so you can stay in there as long as you want to. Or if you would like to get ready for your evening, just nice and relaxing things, then do so as well. Thank you for practicing with me. See you next week. Namaste. Let me know if you have any wishes of what we should be doing in